What's going on, y'all? You know where I'm at, and you know what I'm about to do. As always, the links are always posted. Click them, like the video, subscribe, share, tell a friend, do all of that. I want to holler at the bros real quick because I hollered at the women yesterday, so I just like to do one video for the bros, then I switch and do one video for the women, but today's for the bros. I want to talk about being lonely versus being alone. All right, this lifestyle that I live now, that I've embarked on, it's a lonely road, and I'm going to tell you why it's a lonely road. When you start setting your own path as a man and you start to do your own thing and branch out, the people that you used to be around or the people that used to be in your peer group no longer qualify to be in your peer group. What I mean by that, guys, you know how we was raised to think that we want the life with the dog, the picket fence, the flowers, all this other stuff that we thought was the way to go, and then you end up getting your heart broke one day and you just turn your back against that. Your peer group might still be on that, and if they are, that's totally fine. It's up to them. As a man, you have the right to choose whatever path you want to take. Some men turn against that once their eyes are open to what's really going on. So once my eyes got open to what was really going on, I turned my back against that. I had friends, I still have friends, like I don't like cut people off for anything like that, but my peer group, some people in my peer group was still on that wave, was still on that move. So when I would come tell them about female nature or just tell them about my experience, they couldn't really understand because they haven't been through it, or they've been raised in a way to where they've been made to feel like that old way is right and the new way I'm talking about is foreign language. So we kind of lost traction on things that we had in common, so we had to depart and go our own ways, which is what's going to happen to you guys when you start going on your own way. And I know like mid-gals, like the men going on their own way, I don't subscribe to none of that, but because I do feel like we need women, because we need women to produce our babies and continue our lineage. Like you can't do it without them. But you go your own way when you start going away from the pack and doing your own thing. And it's going to be times where you're going to have to separate yourself from people that live the old way you did. Like, I'm trying not to use words like cut off, because I think it's very childish to cut somebody off because you think differently than them. But that's another topic for another day. But you're going to have to get used to being alone. And also, as always, I like to pause for dramatic effect. You have to be used and content to being alone and being by yourself and your thoughts. Because, like I said, when you start deviating away from what's normal, people are going to look at you crazy. They're going to call you funny names. They're going to distance themselves from you. But you have to be okay with that. You have to be content with that, because this road is a lonely road. Now, do I wish I had somebody here with me to accompany along this road? I don't, because this had to happen. I always go back to Goku being in the hyperbolic chamber. Y'all used to watch DBZ. Y'all remember when Goku used to go in the hyperbolic chamber and he'll be alone training, or it'd be somebody else there training with him. But for the most part, he'd be there alone. But you notice while he was there alone in solitude, he was getting better. He was getting way better than other fighters. He was way more advanced. He was honing his skills. He was doing all that. This walk of life that I'm on, I consider this the hyperbolic chamber for men. When you step away from the beta lifestyle, and when I say beta, I don't want you guys to think that beta means like you're less than a man. I'm not saying that. But beta to me means is that you always thinking the woman is right. You always come in second place. You think your place as a man is second to a woman. Guys, I'm here to tell y'all, that's not the way it's supposed to be. Men were supposed to be leaders, we're supposed to be in the front. We take all the bullets so the wife and kids can survive. We go in and we save the wife and children and the dog from the burning building, and then we die with the building burning on top of us. Why do you think you come in second if you have to do that? If the burglar comes in the house, who's gonna get up and go check the noise? Or who's gonna go down there and defend the home? Is it gonna be you or the woman? It's gonna be you. It's supposed to be you. So why would you come second to anybody else if you have to always be first line of defense for everything else? It don't make sense, do it? So when I started thinking like that, like, hold on, I'm the number one defender. I'm the one that's supposed to be able to provide and protect. I should be coming first. Men, we should be coming first, because we're the first line of defense. When I started thinking like that, I had friends, later friends, oh, you must hate women. Oh, you're so misogynistic. No, ma'am, I'm just going back to the way things are supposed to be. And when you start talking like this, you end up being outcast, and now it's a lonely road. But guess what? The things I'm gaining are way greater than the things I'm losing. And also, let me qualify the conversation, women police. I'm not saying that women are below us. I'm not saying that you're less than a human being. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying in the pecking order, the men have to be on top if you want us to be those providers and protectors that you always claim that you don't have, that are not around. We have to be on top in order to protect everybody else. That's just the way it has to go. That's how nature works. I can't think of, and it might be some anomalous to this, I can't think of one animal group in nature where the women are the primary defenders. It's always supposed to be the males. The men are the defenders. So we must come first. We must be the first line of defense. So we must be first with everything else. Now that doesn't mean that we're gonna treat you like shit. That don't mean that we're gonna disrespect you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying know your role in the nature role. You gotta know your role. So this is our role as men. And when you start thinking like that, you're gonna end up losing people. But it's totally fine, because they don't understand right now, and maybe they will come to understand that later on in life. But if they don't, they don't. It's totally fine. Every man has to make a decision for himself on what he's gonna do and what path he's gonna take. And this is the path I've chosen. So yes, it's I'm being alone, but I'm not lonely at all. Because like I've said before, the things that I've gained are way greater than the things I've lost. And you're gonna have to be comfortable with walking that lonely path if you want to get to where you want to go. Okay? They say the top is lonely for a reason, because not a lot of people go there, and you're gonna lose people along the way. That doesn't mean you cut them off or anything like that. Now, if they're being negative in your life, yeah, you cut them off. But if y'all just see it different ways and just happen to go separate paths, then that's totally fine, because there's life that happens. People are in your lives for a season. Some people in your lives for permanent. But hey, that is what it is. But bro, it's the moral of the story, the moral of the video. You're gonna have to be used to being alone. Ain't no other way around it. And you find the most peace and solitude when you're alone. That's my game for the day. I'm gonna go in here, do my miles. But anyway, get your ass up.